This program is designed to provide general information with regards to the subject matters covered. This information is given with the understanding that neither the hosts, guests, sponsors, or station are engaged in rendering any specific and personal, medical, financial, legal, counseling, professional service, or any advice. You should seek the services of competent professionals before applying or trying any suggested ideas.
Hey there, it's Brian Sebastian, Movie Reviews and More. And if it's Tuesday, it's always Giving Tuesday, first of all. So we always say that not once a year, every day should be Giving Tuesday, no matter what your charity may be, whatever the nonprofit will be. And obviously, we're always streaming on Talk 4 Media, Talk 4 TV, K4HD Radio, obviously on over 100 outlets around the world right now, and streaming on iTunes 247 out of Franklin, Tennessee. So the good thing about this show is this is a special show that's been set up. We're always way in advance on the stuff. The Oscars are coming up. The Grammys just finished. It is awards season. We have gifting suites coming up. We have a bunch of things coming up. So as everybody's in the house, I'm doing a show out of the first time at a new location. I've never done it here. So whatever happens, happens. And we all know what that's like. Dr. Eric's been to this. I'm sure Deb's been to this. Carol's been to this. Howard's definitely been to this. Rachel, Terry, myself. So the good thing about this, Deb Drummond, I like this. She's a mom. She's got 2 kids. It's one of those things. She's a pioneer. She's a visionary. She's that founder. When you can show up and stand up and speak up and you got that Yes You movement and have over 350 million, viewers in that reach, that's a great thing, isn't it? And then when that comes with your son, Ocean, I haven't met this young man, but I like him. I like what he sounds like. I like what you're doing with that that Gen Z is us. And I love that. That's fun. Mm-hmm. So I peeped into that. I had a chance to listen to a little bit of that, and I liked it a lot. And then she also has her podcasts, just like Carol, just like Dr. Eric has his. And it's one of those things where that Mission Accomplished podcast, that Mission Accomplished media, helping to inspire those women, whether it's for health or wellness, or just making them stand up on their own. It's special when it comes to that, the one and only Deb Drummond. But she's more than that. She's got a bunch of other things she's going to tell us about, because everybody that we find now is doing more than what they have. It's so LinkedIn to go into everybody, what they're doing, the profiles. You can't talk about everything. You have to do multiple shows. And then we lead to Dr. Eric Zuley. He's been my friend since 2015. I've watched this guy create all kinds of things. He's that founder. He's that visionary. He's that producer. He has been on ABC, CBS, TMZ. Did I say Fox? He's done a lot of these things. He's that award winner. And it's always good to see what he's coming up with next, because I would never do what he's doing. And it's not about competition. It is about helping everybody. We've got another person on who's got a podcast, and she's part of the Easy Way family. Terry will be. Rachel is. She doesn't even work it. But it's one of those things. She's got almost 2,000 followers, and she doesn't even work it. And so it's one of these things where you've got to go on there. It's Easy Way Family, Easy Way Podcast, Easy Way Magazine, Easy Way TV. Everything's Easy Way. And then when it comes to better vision for children, that's a great thing to have. That's the Oscar viewing party that's coming up March 2nd. Has nothing, and repeat, nothing to do with the Oscars. This is something that Eric came up with on his own, and his dad, James Zuley, who created that. So it's all about helping children. You can't go wrong when it's about that. Deb does that for her son. Eric does that for a lot of children. He's been awarded a lot of things to the children. Let's see. Trust Fund. I think it was the city of Los Angeles, medallion, you name it. He's got all kinds of awards. When the city comes out to honor you, and you're going to have, Eric, I might be jumping here, when you got the key to the city of whatever, we won't say what it is yet, that's a great thing. The one and only Dr. Eric Zuley. And with that, We got our neuro coach. She's part of the Easy Way family too. Unleashed and Unstoppable. And she just came back from a cruise. And I'm just glad that this lady's alive. The one and only Carol Register, because she's had all kinds of stuff happen to her. And then we go from Houston, Texas. My friend, Coffee Talk Girl. I'm so proud of Rachel. And Eric, I'm trying to get Rachel in. And it might come in at the last minute. I grab her ass and get her to Orange County to come to Better Vision for Children. The one and only. Rachel Roberts.
I'm looking forward to seeing Rachel do her thing on the carpet. She's got an amazing talent and personality. You guys got to watch her show.
And with that, we got Nonstop. She's upstairs. That's why we got an echo going on. My friend, she's been with me for over 10 years, and I couldn't be more happy with what we did with her mom yesterday. And it was an honor to be there. Because that's not easy, what Terry did yesterday. We'll talk about that a little bit. And then we have the Dapper. He's that actor. He's one of the world's leading interior designers in the top 35. He has his Christmas book that we talked about, which was great. He always looks good. And he's in room number 27 today. The one and only Howard Wiggins. And then we got Eric's friend, Michael. And we might have Derek. I'm going to start with you first. And it's based on his sound. So Eric, talk about your friend, Michael, real quick. Go ahead.
Michael's the owner of one of the nicest venues in Hollywood, guys. If you want to do events, and it was the old Fox Theater. It's called Bahia Hollywood. Holds 800 people. It's a restaurant. It's a theater. It's a club. Good vibes. And me and Michael have come together, joined forces to make it the official location that Easy Way family is going to be doing a lot of our big things at. And Michael, tell them a little bit more. Oh, we can't hear you for some reason, Michael.
Wait, my phone was off.
Oh,
yeah, I'm here.
Yeah, go ahead.
All right. It's how's everybody doing? It's a great day over here in Glendale. It's kind of overcast and such, but that's all right. Anyways, Bahia Hollywood. We are a venue for entertainment, for food, for shows. We have all sorts of things that are going on over there. We've got the banquet rooms and entertainment rooms.
That's a big Super Bowl party coming up. Tell them about that.
Well, we got the Super Bowl party coming up, but that's where it gets a little confusing because we have two venues. The Super Bowl party is going to be at our Sunset venue, and the Hollywood venue, we're not ready with the cable TV yet. They're supposed to install that tomorrow, and we're going to see how that goes. If it works out, it works out. So
two venues. One in Sunset, one in Hollywood. You pick it. They got it in Hollywood.
Yeah, we got Hollywood and Sunset. But everything's going really good over there. We're going to be all set up for doing podcasts. So if anybody wants to do a podcast over there, if you want to have a party over there, dinner, we got that set up. And also we're going to have it set up for live streaming as well. So if you're an entertainer and you want to do a show and you want to live stream it, we can handle that over there as well.
We're going to get all those 262 women up in there, and Rachel will be in it.
Yeah.
We're going to have all the Easy Way family over there. It's going to be the spot.
Coffee talk.
and Michael, before we lose you, Michael, give the name of your restaurant, how people can reach out to you, and hopefully people will come to the venue because you have to support small business these days.
Yeah. Well, the restaurant's 6506 Hollywood Boulevard. You can reach me through Instagram, which is Instagram? It's Bahia Hollywood. Thank you. Or you can go to our website, Bahia Hollywood, and the phone numbers are on there as well. So it's really easy to get a hold of us. Also, you can go on the Easy Way site and contact us that way too.
All right. So, Deb, we got to go to you. Let's talk about your story. Let's talk about your podcast. Let's talk about why you were in New York, and then you got something coming up that you're going to do with Eric, and I'm going to see you at one of the gifting suites. Go ahead, Ed.
Absolutely. Well, what a pleasure. What an honor to be on a show. Look at you. You know what, Brian, you know that you've kind of made it when you look at who you're hanging with. So, we have a saying here, all tide rises. Right? All tide rises. I don't want to say that I'm in my 30th year of entrepreneurship, but I got to say I'm in my 30th year of entrepreneurship. And some of the best decisions that I've made have been made for me. So starting a media company, I woke up, let's just say a few years ago, and no one knew what a podcast was. And I heard that I needed to start a podcast. And I'm like, what's a podcast? But I knew the podcast had to be a platform for entrepreneurs because I had been one for so many decades. And let's just say it was interesting. And so my story started with waking up in the morning and being told what to do. And I'm going to tell you, Brian, I don't always do what I'm told to do. I don't always do what I'm told to do. But that voice, I've had it many times. I've had it since I was 8 years old. So I know when I need to listen. And you know what? I had a lot of years experience in business. I'd had a lot of beautiful accolades that I'm super proud of, and magazines and all the things. And I've walked across stages, but it was my turn to go behind the stage. You know what? I've done lots, and it was my turn to go behind the screen and create platforms for other people to do that. So my mission has been, I've had 7 international companies. My mission statement never changed. It's to help men and women stand up, speak up, and show up in their business and personal lives. How we're doing that in this project and why I was in New York is because we've created the largest authorship and speakership for women in relationship to International Women's Day that's ever been done in the globe. And I'm going to tell you, it wasn't the intention. The intention was to create a platform, but who knew it would go to that level? And it's going to sound like I get these little drops every day. I don't, but when I do, they're big. And I started to produce the book Mission Accepted, 262 Women, Entrepreneurs, Entrepreneurs, Creatives, and Media, Rock, Legacy, and Tell All. Producing it, I was in a year of producing. I was sitting on my late night couch office, and a movie got sent to me. And if you know what I'm talking about, you know what I'm talking about. And it got sent to me, and it was called Seeing All Red. And I looked up because I was on my late night couch office. Who else works at 9 o'clock at night? Thank you very much. I know Eric does. So I'm sitting there and I'm working, and I look up at this and I go, I don't know. And I said to myself, this has got Steinem all over it. And I'm giving respect to Gloria Steinem. But I said, I'm not in the mood tonight. Love you, Gloria. And I put my head down and I heard, we've sent it 3 times, watch the damn movie, just like my grandmother would tell me to do. So I watched the damn movie, Life Story of Gloria Allred. I got the download that I needed to create platforms for people to speak. So 22 summits, 15 months, 440 women spoke on those stages, feathered with people of consideration. A lot of celebrities, 6,000 women and those that support women showed up because I believe that it should be for women and those that support women. So personally, it's for everybody. And we had 191 million media impressions. I didn't leave this chair for 3 years. I don't recommend people do that, but we broke all sorts of records, and now we're a movement. And that movement is, I can't even begin to tell you how fulfilling. Here's the cool thing about when you talk about my son. My son at 12 had his epiphany, sat me down at 15 and said, I want to be an entrepreneur. By 16, he was in LA learning how to make Nikes. He's a fashion designer. He's an art designer. He's just incredibly creatively talented. Now, you know, the cover to our book, we had drawn, and then we saw something similar. So my son had created a t-shirt called Freedom Woman. And I said, Ocean, we need that logo on our book. And he's like, I don't know if that's a good idea, but he does now. I mean, he does now. So he did the cover of our book. He did the cover of our wine, which comes from Napa Valley. Thank you, California. And when I talk about the Gen Z as us on our podcast, I'm super dedicated to talking to momagers, dadagers, uncleagers, mentoragers, sisteragers, people that have a, you know, budding entrepreneur in their life that needs guidance, because if they need guidance, trust me, so does the person funding them, right? With time or money. So really, we've actually come together in many, many aspects of this project. We both went to the Emmys Gifting Lounge last year. We both will be at the Oscars, and we both are already set up to go to the Emmys in September 2025. He fashion designs an incredible award-winning hat that you can only get there unless you know someone that's on this show right now, right? And then of course we go with the 262 book. Thank you, Eric, for wearing the Emmys hat. The 262 book we are handing out to celebrities, and I got to tell you, it was incredible. Women were grabbing the book, they were holding it to their chest, and they were like, "Let me tell you my story." Because it doesn't matter what you do for a living, whether you're on screen, whether you're winning an Oscar or whatever you're doing, we all have stories, and they were outpouring. We had men going, can I get one for my sister? Can I get one for my mom? Can I get one for, we ran out. You know, I just sent another amount of books over there for the Oscars. So the project itself has gone in directions you can't go anywhere but go to TV. And so after a lot of searching, being on an event like this, I saw Eric in the room. I was like speaking and I wasn't really sure. I mean, I knew what I was doing there. I was speaking and then I got a visceral experience. If anyone's ever had a visceral experience, I mean, I got a visceral experience. I'm like, I got to talk to that guy. By the time I go to the chat, he'd already talked to me. And if any of you know Eric, you know that he's really good at being able to pinpoint who he needs to talk to. And after the lounge with Heather for the Oscars, we're heading over to this incredible event that he's got supporting vision and vision in all aspects of the world. And we're going to announce the Women's Channel, Brian. And now women and those that support women can come to our events. They can come to the channel. They can have their own show. They can do a commercial. They can sit back, have a cup of coffee, have a cup of coffee at any time, coffee chat, and watch all of these episodes of incredible women from all around. We're Kenya to Canada. We run all time zones, and they can be inspired, motivated, educated, and validated, to be honest with you.
Carol, register. Tell them who you are. Go ahead.
I am the creator of the Neuro Wealth Method. And so if you are at 7 figures and you're ready to scale to multiple 7 figures, I'm here for you. But not only just to scale, but to do it with fulfillment and satisfaction, having your cake and eating it too. And the very best part, I guarantee results or you don't pay. I'm also the co-host of the Unleashed and Unstoppable podcast here on Movie Reviews and More. And a wonderful, wonderful part of the Easy Way Network. I love being a member of the Easy Way Network. Gained so much from you, Eric, from mentorship to being a very close friend. So thankful for you. We're on Easy Way TV. And I'm just really thrilled to be here.
Howard Wiggins, tell them who you are.
Howard Wiggins. I just got a thing today where my father forced me to marry a billionaire. Was the second highest rating Passion TV show yet. So
good for you, Eric.
Jackson's the first, so I'm second. So anyway.
And Howard, tell them your background. You are country royalty.
Yeah, Leroy Wiggins plays steel guitar for Eddie Arnold, Lori Morgan, and quite a few. And grew up all my Christmases with Eddie Arnold and Minnie Pearl. I'm known for kissing Dolly, which we've talked about on this show all the time. And that's pretty much it. I mean, I just live and do well.
Chef Rachel Roberts, Coffee Talk Girl.
Hi, I'm a little chef here in Houston, Texas. I have a morning show called Coffee Talk. And I've been working with Movie Reviews and More as a co-host for, I don't know, I guess about 3 years now, Brian. Time flies. Mm-hmm. And every now and then you'll see me on Fox News. And I'm, having a cookbook being written and possibly a movie coming up. So I like to act and I like to play around with, I'm on Eric's site as well. I'm not as active as I want to be, but it's, I look forward to coming out there and spending some time with you guys. And Deb, I want to hear all about all the stuff you're doing with the women's thing. Michael, I'd like to do Coffee Talk in one of your venues if I come out there. So yeah. And Carol, good to see you again. Howard, I love you. And Brian, I talk to you every 5 minutes. Terry, I'm very sorry what you're going through. I know what you're going through. I went through that myself and my heart goes out to you.
Terry Marie.
Hi, everybody. Well, hi, everybody. So it's been like a bittersweet year. I buried my mom yesterday and Brian was out here to attend my mom's funeral. So, but for a sad day, it turned out to be, how can I put it? It turned out to be kind of a joyous day because I had high school friends there. I had college friends there. I had my, on the professional side, I work for an orthopedic company. So my boss was there. I have a sales associate that works under me. She was there. the pouring out of love was great. My mom was English, and so we went to an English pub afterwards. And the minister, who was from Northern Ireland, who I absolutely love, he came and joked around with everybody. So I think, and my mom yesterday was buried next to my father, who passed away in 2007. So I think it was a great way to honor my mother and my father. And I really am thankful that Brian was able to come out yesterday. So there is like, through this learning experience, I'm probably going to be writing a book about elderly care, dementia, the cost of burying a loved one. I mean, it's just like, there's so much that people don't really know going through this experience. And I'm hoping that I can help others. I planned the whole funeral alone by myself. But I was able to get through it. And now that this journey of taking care of my mom with dementia and this is all done, I mean, I'm going to be able to take care of me now and be going back into the projects that I love. I would love to have my mom back here, but again, it's just like she was suffering a long time and she's with God now. I don't know if that makes any sense, but as far as me, I've been co-hosting with Brian for 10 years. I do red carpet interviews. So I interview celebrities. I'm a fitness junkie. I haven't competed in a while, but hopefully now that this experience is over with my mom, I will be able to do that. I've been acting off and on. I've been doing commercials and all that since I was a little kid. I grew up, my dad worked for Disney Studios. That was something we all were able to talk about yesterday. So I've always, my whole life, been around the entertainment industry here in LA. What else? Also, I love to do public speaking because I do that on a daily basis with hospital staff, orthopedic clinics. And so I'm constantly always doing presentations I don't even think about yesterday. So I guess maybe that's why I was able to get through yesterday, because of my, because I speak to audiences every single day. If that makes any sense.
And she did a great job yesterday, and it was really magical, and it was fun. I don't know if you can understand this. No one looked at their phones yesterday. We all had fun just talking. And I'm like, when's the last time somebody did this?
Yeah.
I couldn't I went back to the 90s, believe it or not. It was really, really special. And talking about special, before we get to Dr. Eric Zuley, we got to talk about Dr. Eric with a K. All right, Eric with a K. Tell him who you are. Tell him about your books, and then we're going to go to Dr. Eric Zuley. Go ahead, Eric. With a K.
Guys. Hey, can you guys hear me? Okay.
Yeah.
Well, I'm an award-winning author. I have a series called the Project Pegasus series, and I'd like to inform everyone that all my books have won an award. My two newest books, Horizons Without Boundaries, got a semi-final finalist position, and Between Methods and Madness is a finalist position, and I find out on April 20th if it gets a first place position. So I'm really excited about that. Eric, I'm coming out to California, so you're going to see me so we can make fun of each other with the C and the K.
Awesome.
But,
Looking forward to meeting you in person, brother.
Hey, Brian.
and I just want to apologize. I was late, guys. I was feeding the dog and everything else, so I lost track of time.
Carol?
Brian, I forgot to mention something super important, and that is being a part of Better Vision for Children. That supports preventing childhood blindness and foster children in California. And it's what we're doing this gala for. And I am on the board of that. And I am so excited to be a part of that and promoting that.
Can't forget that, which leads right into Dr. Eric. So, Eric, tell us why your dad, James, really loves this. This is your dad's baby. You're taking it to the furthest imagine. And people have no idea what you're doing. It's fabulous.
Yeah.
Well, before I go into that, and my dad is in the studio, if we can get him in, because I wanted to give him a chance to talk about Better Vision. He's the president. But I want to tell everybody how me and Brian met. I think that people would be interested in that story. I mean, why are we here right now? Why? And by the way, this is also on the Easy Way Network. We got this on the Easy Way podcast system. There's actually an interactive chat. So if you guys want to talk about what you think about everybody and what they're saying, definitely go on there. But me and Brian met at a gifting suite, believe it or not. And he was sitting at a bar I think it was the W Hotel. I can't remember exactly what it was, but he was sitting in a bar. I was walking down the stairs and God will give me these like discernments. He'll give me these reasons for why I need to meet people. It's almost like a homing beacon. Like, you need to meet this person, go talk to them. And I did. I walked over to the bar and, pretended like I wanted to get a drink. I don't drink, so there's no reason for me to be at the bar, but I was just trying to meet Brian because he had glasses on and he seemed important. But really, I think at first you walked past me on the stairs like beforehand, and that's where I felt that discernment. I felt that energy. And that's when
he finally explained why he said, God told me I need to meet you. I've been every day I think about this.
I'm getting there. And so, God told me that I needed to meet him, and we ended up meeting. And at the time, Brian was the producer for the Hollywood Film Festival. And so, but this was an organization called the Celebrity Connected. It was one of the biggest gifting suite organizations that really has been around. If you ever have been to one of their events, you'll know why they're one of the biggest. But yeah, so I just thought I'd share that story. As far as this event, and as far as, I'll start out by letting your audience know who I am. Guys, I'm just a blessed trailblazer. I'm an innovator, a disruptor. I'm the guy that's going to ruffle the feathers in a positive way. I own a very large network, it's been around for over 20 years, and we power people like Deb, and the Women's Channel. We're extremely excited about her energy and her community, and just her reason for what she's doing, her impact, and for us to build a power that's going to be amazing. All the women that we have are already super excited about this channel. So she'll be announcing that at this big event. You can see it behind me on March 2nd. And we do the same thing with everybody else. We have close to 12,000 members now on the platform. And it's like a LinkedIn on steroids, but it also has we have an online newspaper, a podcast network with close to 100 podcasts. Brian's podcast is on the network. We have a magazine. We have a streaming television station on Roku, Apple, Amazon, Google Play, Apple Store, and we're also going to be on LG and Samsung pretty soon. So we just finalized that, and we do an event system. And you should look on Easy Way Events right now. It's like Deb, like all these events that she has. And there's, like today I was on a Zoom for a JV directory, and there was probably about 105 people on there. And I was like, yeah, make sure you check out the Easy Way Events. There's a bunch of great events on there. And people went on there and checked out Easy Way Events, and they're like posting in the comment like, oh, wow, these look like amazing events. So So people are already seeing, Deb, and as well as all the other members that we have. Going into Better Vision for Children, I'm the chief marketing officer. My dad's the president, and I see my dad's down there. We're doing a big benefit for Better Vision for Children, which is to prevent children blindness, as well as mentorship for vision for their future. And this event is just so incredible to see the Easy Way family come together. And Brian, I love how you mentioned that this is not an Oscars event. I really do, and I appreciate that, because a lot of times
it's not, because I usually go to them, and Terry usually comes with me. So it's just something that's been created. This is like your baby. You started putting this in action a couple of years ago.
The funny thing is Oscar nominees, Oscar winners, Grammy nominees, Grammy winners, Emmy winners, a Golden Globe winner, like all these high-profile, top-level people. Michael Jackson's assistant music director that scored Lion King is our music director. Like, it has that vibe and energy. Like, there's superstars on this thing, and it may not be an Oscar event, but it's an Easy Way family Oscar style event. If you look behind me, I have a couple of the stars behind me that are attending, like the CEO of Napoleon Hill Foundation. We're going to be honoring him. Hey, look, there's Deb right there next to me. And we have the serial entrepreneur for Priceline, ubid.com, bookings.com. Top flight superstars are coming to us, influencers that have millions of followers all the way up to 50 million something followers. And Brian, did you know that I've recently been appointed as the chief marketing officer for OVA Media Group, which oversees the National Social Media Awards? I've been appointed the chief marketing officer for the HAPA Awards now, the African Oscars. And we work with the Family Film Awards on CBS, and all these award shows are coming around. And it's pretty crazy, but we're going to have a 30-foot gold carpet covered by NBC, Peacock, Getty Images, Hype Magazine, Fan TV, Heart of Hollywood. I mean, I'm just trying to think of, we have like 20, 30 something press covering this thing. And we're going to be, serving dinner. It's going to be like like a dinner and show. We got filet mignon, we got salmon, we got chicken, we got mashed potatoes and vegetables. We even got vegan meals and vegetarian meals for those people. About 30 something tables, 10 people a table. And then the show itself, we have 2 Magic Castle magicians. We have 3 amazing performers. Quentin Aaron from The Blind Side with Sandra Bullock. He sings. People don't really know that. We're going to showcase his singing. Been one of my best friends for like 15 years. We have John Michael Ferrari, who's an award-winning performer. A lot of people know John. And then we have Katja Gleason with close to 14 million something followers. She's going to be performing. We also have Jimmy Shin, who's a world-class comedian, and Eugenia Kuzminia, who's a supermodel and known for Bad Moms and Spy City and Castle and on, but she's a comedian. So we have celebrity star comedians, and then we're going to be doing auction, and we're going to be doing a big benefit. We're going to be giving away like trips, and even Napoleon Hill Foundation just give us like original copies of the books signed by da-da-da-da-da. Like it's truly going to be incredible. So if you guys are available on March 2nd and you're not going to the Oscars, you want to definitely go to easywayawards.com and make sure you get your ticket, because not only is it going to be a fantastic event, the networking is amazing. Investors, total superstars. I mean, if you want to meet anybody in the industry, they're probably going to be there if they're not going to be at the Oscars. And it's in Orange County. Shout outs to the Voco Laguna Hills. You want to make sure that you RSVP for that. But going into the cause itself, I actually want to give the floor to my dad, who is the one that made me. So if you guys love Easy Way, if you love me, this is the man responsible for it. A 2-time cancer survivor, real estate investor, man of God, Knights of Columbus, veteran. My dad is beyond amazing, and he took on the responsibility. The baton was given to him by one of the inventors of Medical Alert. Help, I fall and I can't get up. Who started the Better Vision for Children empire. That baton was passed to my dad. And so I'm going to go ahead and as the baton was passed to my dad, I'm going to pass the microphone.
Hey, James, good to see you, James. It is.
My cue? Am I on? Can you hear me? Sometimes I'll talk and I guess I'm on. Yes, it's very rewarding. And yes, it's not easy keeping up with Eric. I got to put it in high gear. I do have a name. I know it's been transferred over to Eric's dad, but this is the most rewarding thing is in life. A lot of us find out is when you help somebody, when you get that smile from the little child or whoever it is, that you can take to the bank, Better Vision for Children is basically bringing awareness to a lot of the 50% of the children don't get diagnosed. They don't have testing. So we bring awareness and we follow through with testing and research. And I partnered up with the, if anybody's ever heard of the Lions Club, it's called the California Lions Friends in Sight. And we'll go out with enough equipment to test 200 or 300 people. And if a child is diagnosed with something, we'll try to come in and help with the cost if they have an issue with the cost. And with that, I work with Chalk Hospital and be working closer with them with their events, and the funds we donate to Chalk go right into the vision portion of the hospital. And I broke off because I've always had a heart for the foster community. The Bible says, be the parent to those who have none. It's not like I was a foster parent a long time ago, but it's not like everybody has to go out and be a foster parent, but you can reach out to these kids in a lot of ways. And with the second vision is we had to go through the AJ and get permission. It's a vision to their future. And with that, through mentorship, people like you, we get together and they can talk to you and get an idea what it's like, whatever you do, being an entrepreneur. And we also take them to life experiences, like even sports, how to play golf or whatever, an etiquette class. And they get beginning certificates for all these different things, learn a lot of careers, and they could share that with other kids, and it just keeps growing and growing. I call it my Hope Tour. But yeah, better vision for children is a 2-stage process, and it's very exciting. You people are all you're special because it's people like you. You have the entrepreneurial spirit. A lot of people, there's nothing wrong, but it's kind of an entrenchment thing. They live their lives, they do their work, and without them, we'd be in trouble. But then you got people like yourselves that, I mean, a lot of you are very resilient. I've heard some of your stories. You go through a lot in life, but you're very persistent. You have all these different badges, and it's something to be proud of. You'll find out, some of you that are more my age, that the years go by fast. And they ask seniors that were 30 years older than a retirement age, they're in their late 90s, and they said, "What's on your mind?" And a lot of them said a great burning anguish that can't be quenched because they had all their possessions have been transferred to their family or taken over, and they were out of that position to help. And they said the anguish of not helping more through life to people that reached out, or not spending more time with family, or whatever it was. And it's just very rewarding when you do, and a lot of you know that.
It's
So
the
that's
regrets.
kind of it.
Yeah, it's always the regrets, isn't it, James?
Absolutely, yeah. You don't want to have those regrets. You know, it's not like we have to go out and be an Elon Musk, you know, and build space stations. But you know, when it's getting out of that little entrenchment mode. And boy, am I guilty of, you know, of procrastination. I'm not going to tell you about cabinets that need to be fixed 20 years ago, and I'm still having a hard
Oh,
time.
jeez.
Same here.
Hey, and Deb, that's why I'm glad that you're coming out with Ocean, because I can't wait to meet him. And I love that. I think that's great. Talk more about your son and how he got his name.
Oh, how he's got the word ocean?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Well, that's easy. I thought you maybe meant the name of his company. So I am an ocean swimmer. I'll say I used to be an ocean swimmer. I like cold water, you know, a few years ago more than I do now. But we're a surfing family. We're a water family. I need to be near the water. I live very close to the water. And when we found out it was a boy, it was just a name that came to me. And Ocean decided to name his company Natsukashi. So Ocean, even though he's just turned 21, his own story. We all have a story. And he decided to name his company Natsukashi because he was at a place in his life where he really started to understand the power of going through something and being grateful and having good feelings and nostalgic memories. And that might sound really strange, but he wanted to create a line of clothes. And we probably all have it. Someone's maybe tried to throw it away, but he's like, Mom, I just want to create clothes and fashion that people grab year after year after year, that have good feelings and have good memories and have a relationship with. Right? I mean, he's in the fashion arts. He's in fabric arts. For him, fashion is a piece of art that makes people feel better. And so, you know, that's why he named it Natsukashi. It's the Japanese word for nostalgia. It's the Japanese word for good memories. It's the Japanese word for good feelings. And he was nervous. You know, he had to learn. He was shy. I mean, shy. He didn't want anyone at his birthday party till he was 8. And now you'll see him on a TV station or a podcast. And he used to, I mean, honestly, we don't fight. We're not, you know, I'm really super grateful. He still thinks I know something. So, you know, I would say to him, okay, we need to do podcasts. He's like, yeah, not happening. And so I hired him a special coach, a speech coach that deals with teenage boys that have learning differences, how to speak. And so we did that. And he would say, okay, I got you a show book. And he would fight with me up and I'm not going. I'm like, here's the link. Bye. And I hang up on him. And then he would show up. It was, you know what I mean? And he now has gone through that process. He knows what it's like to not know something about business, just have a burning desire. And he's gone through a lot, you know? When he decided, he sat with the CFO, didn't understand 95% of what she said. He had to build a business plan, didn't know what he was doing. You know, I got him surrounded with the right people. And, you know, he's 21, but he's not really big on posting 45 times a day like people think every 21-year-old is. So he's gone through a lot of learning curves. And so for him, even at 21, I love what you said, James, because sometimes we think about we have lots to give back because we've got a few years and we've had our, butt kicked a few times. But he thinks at 21, he's got something to give back, and he does. So he talks to 12-year-olds and 13-year-olds and 15-year-olds, right? And he he praises 28-year-olds. He goes, oh, wow, you know so much. Like, I don't know how many know, but you know what I mean? Like, they know so much to him, but he really, he just loves his craft, he just loves his craft. And I know that it's in his heart, and he teaches other kids that, because he's like, if someone bought, the most expensive hoodie that he's got, like they laid $300 down, he's excited, but he's just as excited when someone buys a couple of keychains. And that's how I know that it's about getting out the feeling, and the feeling's just attached to a product that he loves to play with. So it's interesting, even at 21 years old, he gets excited about paying it forward.
Cool.
Wow.
So Brian, I'm wearing a very special hat that like only
I like that
celebrities get
hat.
promotion. Yeah,
Show
just
that. So let me see that hat. Turn it to the side. I like that.
So that's so he has that hand stitched, and he has these pins made with art, and then he has this signature on the side. That hat, there was only 40 that went to the public. Yeah. And then we'll have the same thing for the Oscars. It's an Oscar hat. The Oscar hat, he actually took the Rodeo Drive sign, the Rodeo Avenue, and the Rodeo Street that go together like this, and he recreated. So one is Rodeo and one is Natsukashi.
Howard, you might not be getting that hat now. I don't know.
Cool.
I don't know. Hey, Howard, talk about fashion. Why people like what you wear. Talk about that.
I tell you, I dress every day, no matter what, and people always come up to me, start a conversation. They perceive me as more knowledgeable than people around me, I think, because I look like I am somebody. I mean, I went to the grocery store the other day, and the lady said, "You making any movies?" And I said, "I didn't know who she was," and she knew that I was. So, just look like somebody, you become somebody. So,
well, he always gets. Some people say he looks like Billy Bob. Some people say he looks like Sean Connery, and depending what he's wearing, he does. Hey, so Howard, give your social media links for everybody.
Howard Wiggins Facebook, of course, movies, reviews, and more, and Instagram.
And Michael, you said you had 2 sons, both in design world, who create hoodies too, right?
Yeah, my youngest one creates and designs his own hoodies. He's dealing with vendors and stuff all over the world, and he sends the designs. They do the patches, the logos, and he does that. My other son likes to do the silk screen and create logos in that manner. So the oldest one's 24, and the youngest one's 18. The youngest one's been doing the designs since he was 14. I actually bought him an iPad so that he can actually do his designs on there on his 14th birthday, and that's all. He's just on fire with it.
Rachel Roberts, you've been working with Fox lately. Ruben out of there. Tell him why you like doing that, and hopefully, if everything goes right, I'm going to get your ass to Los Angeles to go to the golden carpet.
Yeah, well, yeah, I love that. I love working with Fox because it's always fun. Eric, I really hope I get out there. The more I hear about this, the more I want to go. I mean, this sounds very exciting. Deb, I have a son who would, he would love to speak with your son. He's a teenager. He's going to be 18 soon, and kind of, feeling lost in himself. And, that would be an interesting, conversation along with so many more. I can't wait to talk to you about all the women's things. My social media links, you can find me at Rachel Roberts Recipes on Instagram. Facebook is Rachel Ann Roberts. So
Eric with a K. Tell him one more time who you come, because you're coming to Orange County too. Go ahead.
Yes, I'm coming to California. I'm going to be singing Carol. We're going to be sitting at her table, my wife and I. So you're going to meet her, my better partner in half. And I just want to let everyone know that the LA Festival of Books is still going on, and I'll be attending that, selling my books and promoting myself. So Come on out.
Jim Zuley, tell everybody, because everybody loves you, not because you're Eric's dad, but because of what you do. And give your social media links too.
My social media link? You mean my email? Eric does all that. I don't do it. My website is jameseasyway@gmail.com.
Terry Marie.
You can search James Zuley on Facebook to find him.
It sounds exciting, Terry, don't you?
When they say the apple doesn't fall apart from the tree, it wasn't the social media apple.
So you can find me Terry Marie Nonstop on Instagram, Facebook, LinkedIn. Well, LinkedIn I go by my another name, but that's because it's a different thing. But anyway, you can find me on Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok. I do TikTok shop. I sell a lot of beauty products and a lot of trying to do more clothing stuff on there. I have a lot of projects that are in the works now that as I said before, I can focus on myself. And I really, really do in this new year want to be able to help other women and families deal with dementia and aging and all that goes through it, because I've learned a plethora of information that I really think I can help others with.
Carol, register. Giving you information real quick. Go ahead.
I am on Facebook, LinkedIn, and NeuroCoach Carol at IG. You can find me at Carol Register. I'd love to connect with you.
Website. I mean, your social media link and Unleashed and Unstoppable podcast.
Yeah, Unleashed and Unstoppable podcast. That's right. Please follow us. We're all about the neuroscience of leadership, productivity, and wealth. And we have amazing guest experts like Brian, who's been on, and Dr. Eric Zuley. And we'd love to collaborate with you.
Now, before I get to Dr. Eric, because we got about 5 minutes left, and so chime into what Rachel does on Cameo, and she has her own merchandising, which is also important too. I love those cups. I don't even have one, but I like it. I like the way it looks. And
we've had Rachel too.
Yes.
Thank
you,
right.
Carol. Yep.
And Deb, last word for you. Give your social media links. Talk about your book, because Eric's going to get the last word. Go ahead, Deb.
All right. Well, look, and I'm just going to send everyone to my website because all my social media links are on the bottom. And if you actually go to the contact page at debdrummond.com, it literally goes to my email box. You'll bypass all of my assistants and go there. And then I'm going to kind of show off this cool book we are opening for a revision. We have room for 21 more women rock stars that want to share their story. If you buy the book, it helps support this whole mission. But if you've got a story to tell, we've got a page for it, but not for much longer.
I'm a woman. My name's actually Brianna.
Brianna.
All right, Eric. Last month, you got 1.1 million followers on your social media link on Instagram. You worked hard to get this. You got Matt Doyle doing stuff on IMDb, and you rouged everything on SEO. We're not in competition. That's not what it's about. We are always helping each other. That's what it's about. Because everybody's got a podcast, but not everybody lifts everybody up. But we do. Go ahead, Eric.
Yes, sir. Thanks, Brian. Well, we got a book as well. It's called the, well, I don't know if you can see it or not. Well, it's not working very well. There it is. So it's called The Best of the Best with Kevin Sorbo and Kate Linder and a lot of great people. Kate Linder from Young and the Restless is actually hosting our event. You can see her right there. Trey Ireland, who's on 911 on ABC, is hosting the event as well. You see the superheroes. The reason we created our trophies like this is because we honor the superheroes, the heroes that have helped our network get to where they are, that allows us to give more impact to more people. One thing I wanted to mention is with the Bahia Hollywood, one thing we didn't mention is we are going to be doing like ceremonies, almost like a Hollywood Walk of Fame, where we're going to be naming after the menus, like the ice cream churros and drinks and things like that. So we'll be doing a lot of paparazzi and press and big things at that venue. So make sure that you follow the Instagram to learn more. Like Henry Tillman, who's an Olympic gold medal boxer, and he's getting inducted into the Boxing Hall of Fame in about a week from now. He's going to be one of our first celebrities, and Quentin Aaron from The Blind Side, and a whole bunch of people are going to be there. And as far as my social media, Instagram, ERICZULEY. But honestly, I'm just, Brian, I mean, and by the way, I really need to give some kudos to you, Brian. I need to give some props to you, because you, out of all of our members, all of our people, you've really been a big supporter, and you are one of our heroes. So I'm going to give you the Easy Way Hero Award right now on your show, because you truly have been a very big supporter, and we really appreciate you. I mean, you got more views than Joe Rogan, and you're supporting us, so that's awesome. As far as how you follow me, you text Easy Way, letter E, letter Z, WAY, to the number 59925. That's for the local people. For the international people, you can download our app on any Google Play or Apple Store. Just search Easy Way Interactive. And if you like me, if you like any of the people around us, Instagram is Eric Zuley or Easy Way Family.
And so when I say with that, it's never easy to put this many people together and just people at the last minute doing a show out of a house. I've never done it before. You know, we've all had weird, wacky stuff go on, but it is always about helping each other. So I got to thank you to everybody, because Howard always looks good. I will never be able to look like him. Eric, when he dressed up, looked good. Eric with the C.
I had to rock
Eric
the
with the
Masculine
K.
Connections. This is actually the jacket I'm going to wear on the event on March 2nd. I did that for you, Brian. This is
I like that hat that Deb's son Ocean. I can't wait to meet him. And always good to see James, because James, everybody around the world likes you. Eric with the K, we'll see you soon. We will be at Carol Richards' table. Terry's going to come. She just doesn't know about it. And I'm working on my way and getting Rachel there. And I say this tonight. Have a good night tonight, a better day tomorrow. You see someone without a smile, please give them one of yours, because the world needs it. I am Brian Sebastian. This is Movie Reviews and More, and we will see you next week.
Bye.